And now we have something very special this morning. I invite Elena James to come and share a little bit of her faith story with us.
Good morning. Good morning. I play many roles in life, as we all do. One of them is a teacher. I teach middle school. A lot of times people gasp when I say that in Fairfax County Public Schools, but they really are wonderful. I teach English language learners specifically, students from all over the world, all different languages, and I really very much love my job. Today I'm speaking primarily because we're starting our English language class on Tuesday. This will be our second year. Last year, it was a little rocky, but, up and down for a lot of us, but we're hoping to have a strong start this year, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm working with a wonderful team of people here to get that off the ground. I see this ministry as one that is very important because we're giving a gift to people, really, of language, so that they can really become part of our society and not have to live in the shadows. So I do see that as giving a gift. But we also receive a great deal when we teach. When we gather people of different faiths, of different cultures, different languages, and we're all together with a common purpose, what we really see is how interconnected we really are. I see this every single day in my classroom, and now I'm going to the adult level, which is new for me. I teach children, but teaching adults is very, very different, but that reward is still there. So it is something that is very giving, but it's also very receiving. I think anything that we can do to really highlight how interconnected we are is extremely important. Because honestly, I do worry about humanity. There's a lot, all through history, it's not just now. But it is worrisome that we are so capable of harming and hurting each other in all kinds of ways. But when we do these little things, we see that it doesn't have to be that way, that we can make a difference even on a one-on-one person basis. So that's kind of where we are with that. But where my life started, my name is Elena James, but it's really Elena Athena Pappas James. That's a really strong Greek name. So yes, I was born to, all four of my grandparents immigrated from Greece. Both of my parents were born here in the United States. We grew up in a small town, Altoona, Pennsylvania, big Greek family, lots and lots of cousins, lots of aunts and uncles. We were cousins even if we weren't related. There were many of us. Church was the center, really, of our gathering. So we were there all the time. We had Greek school. It was a wonderful, idyllic upbringing, and it's one that I would never turn my back on or disparage in any way. I feel very fortunate to have had that. Big fat Greek wedding is real. That's how it really is. We got married in a big Greek church. Both of our children were baptized in the Greek church. So I went to church, I did. As I grew into adulthood, my family wasn't there. The big extended family wasn't there. So I kind of lost interest. It's like, that's not really what I was going to church for. And then, whether that's right or wrong, that was the truth. Then my father passed away, and my mother came and lived with us for a period of time, and I thought, well, she will be comforted by going back to the Greek church. So I packed up my mother and young Stephen at the time, and off to the Greek church we went. Did that for a couple of years, and that was fine. Then my mother moved to New York, and then I sort of stopped again. And I know I've mentioned to many people that we had neighbors where I lived, the Rapholds were our neighbors for many years. We were very, very good friends. Steve even built a gate between our houses so the kids wouldn't have to jump over the fence. So we were very close. And for years, I would come in and out of this beautiful church with Emily. I'd come in and I'd knit with some ladies. I came to see Ben in some shows, come for some Christmas services, but it was sort of in and out, which seems to have been my church history. A few years ago, my son Stephen, who many of you know, became very interested in religion. And I said, I think maybe I haven't entirely done right by him, so let's go back to church. And I immediately thought of Emmanuel. So here we came, and this time I had my mother in tow and my grandson in tow and Stephen, and we all came. Again, I was doing this for them. And we came, and it's been a fantastic experience. Unfortunately, COVID came. My mother, we're not taking her out much, although she's 93 and doing very well. Praise God. So here we are. Now, the big surprise to me, again, I did this for Stephen, I did it for my grandson, I did it for my mother. But I realized at one point, and I don't know when that light switched, I said, I am finding such peace here. And there was just something that overcame me that said, maybe it's time for me to explore my own faith instead of always coming for others and just having a social place, which I love. I'm very social, so I love being in a community. But this is a chance for me to really explore my own faith. So there's something about this church, the feel of it. I feel a sense of peace. Even just sitting outside a couple weeks ago, I pulled up my chair, the kids were playing. It sort of washed over me. And feeling that sense of peace really allows me to explore my own faith. It is a journey for me. I'm not, I question things. I don't know. I'm not sure of much of anything. As I get older, I'm less sure, which is interesting. But this is a place for me where I am on this journey, and I'm so happy to be here. And I thank all of you for the parts that you've played in my journey and continue to play, and for my son, Stephen, and for my old family as we come and go. But thank you, and I hope some of you might consider volunteering for our classes on Tuesdays. Some people have asked me, do I need to know anything? Not really. You need to have an open heart and ready to connect with people. So thank you.
Thank you very much.